So this was Flagstaff, which was the first like big place that I'd heard of before that I served. I actually don't know that much about its history, but yeah, we went up north. It was great because it was the summer, so I got to miss the summer in the valley and go spend summer up in Flagstaff. Awesome, beautiful, beautiful area. Trees everywhere and mountains, and biking is huge there. Like road biking and mountain biking and every sorts of biking. There's tons of bike stores everywhere, and it's actually not that big of a place, which I kind of thought it would be, but it's not. It's a really iconic looking place. Like there's a bunch of vintage looking buildings and downtowns that way, and lots of bike stores, and lots of of hipsters, and so many. There's a college there, so we didn't ever go by the college. Well, we did for like zone activities and things, but we were on the other end, in a very, very rural part of Flagstaff. And so yeah, so you have like the main city, and then outside, as you get farther away, it turns into like farming, which is really interesting because it's actually like the worst farming seasonally for farming is Flagstaff. Like the worst place you can go probably anywhere, because of how cold it gets, and how quickly it gets cold. And it's not cold for like super long, but it's just like the farming season is just awful there. What's interesting about Flagstaff is so they're what they call a dark sky city, which means that they have all these light ordinance rules so that you can see the sky or something like light. It's light pollution oriented, I believe, and they have an observatory. That's how they justify it. I wish they'd get rid of that, because it really, like, when the city's dark, it really has an effect on the city. There's just, again, it's just kind of dirty. It depends on where you go, because there's some places in Flagstaff I saw the coolest like properties that I've probably ever seen, as far as how the houses were built and things. Like there was this one we helped this one person move into their house, and they were living in an old bed and breakfast that had been converted into a house, and it was like had this giant safe in the basement for where the people would put their valuable belongings while they were living amongst all these other people, and just really cool sprawling properties, and properties where the backyard would like go up the mountain type of thing, and you have like a alpine forest in your backyard, and well, it's not the Alps, but so really beautiful. But then the poor places are just like super duper rundown, crazy, and there's a lot of Navajos there too, because they all want to leave the res, because the res is really not a great place to live.